Welcome to the Find Your Leadership Confidence podcast with Vicki Noethling. You are about to discover impactful lessons that help you grow as an individual, grow your confidence, and find the positive and good within you, so you powerfully and authentically become the best version of yourself. Be sure you visit our website at www.findyourleadershipconfidence.com. While you're there, subscribe to us via your favorite network. Now tune in, get ready, and enjoy the journey of emerging as a leader of exception in the 21st century.
Welcome, everyone, to the Find Your Leadership Confidence podcast. I'm your host, Vicki Noethling, coming to you from Roswell, Georgia. The goal of this podcast is to bring topics and guests that will empower you to become that confident leader and take your business and your life to the next level. Today, I am very excited to introduce to you Yolonda Bey, and let me share with you a little about Yolonda. So she is born and raised in the vibrant city of Philadelphia, PA. Pittsburgh girl saying, "Hey, Philadelphia." She's a dynamic entrepreneur, devoted wife, and mother of two. Her life has always been a blend of humility and ambition, with a unique start as a star in the acclaimed movie Philadelphia, alongside Denzel Washington and Tom Hanks, to just drop a few. Settling the stage for a life filled with creativity and drive. Yolonda's entrepreneurial spirit first emerged with ventures in selling bathing suits and running a shoe boutique. However, her true passion was realized with the creation of Rollin Frozen, a rolled ice cream business inspired by her love for ice cream. Right there with you, girl. In 2021, she launched her food truck, captivating customers with meticulously crafted rolled ice cream. And you got to go to the website to see these mouth-watering desserts made fresh before their very eyes. In 2023, Rollin Frozen expanded to Central Florida, allowing Yolonda to reach a broader audience and engage in numerous events and educational initiatives. Her business not only serves delectable treats, but also fosters community engagement through hands-on STEM classes for youth, blending her passion for education and innovation. Yolonda is also an author, an avid traveler, cherishing her time with her family and her friends, embracing life's joys, moments, and enthusiasm, and the touch of fun. She's dedicated to growing Rollin Frozen into a global brand. Oh, I hope so. Come to Atlanta. Spreading happiness through her delightful ice cream creations and the smiles they inspire. So we are going to talk about leading by example, because I believe this woman is a fabulous example of what you can do when you put your mind and your passion to it. So please join me in welcoming Yolonda Bey. Yolonda, I'm so excited. I tell you, as soon as I looked at your website, I thought, oh my gosh, I have to try this ice cream. Your creations look so good.
Oh, thank you. They taste.
I wanted to share your website with people. If you're in Florida or Philadelphia, gotta find this place.
It actually tastes better than it looks.
I'll bet it does. It looks so creamy, just the way you made. I just loved it. So you guys, you have to go to the website. I'm telling you, but we'll tell you in a few minutes where that website is. But first, two easy questions. First is just tell everybody kind of where you're living now in this sort of nomadic life you live. And then the second would be just to share a little bit about this journey. We gave some in the bio, but really what it was that really inspired you to do this, take this trip of courage, this path, and new journey in your life, and what really challenges did you have to overcome to do this business?
Ooh,
So
actually, so it was a lot of questions. So let's answer the first question. What was the first question?
where do you live?
Where do where do I live? Okay, I'm here in Central Florida, Davenport, Florida to be exact, which is right outside of Orlando. Um, I moved my food truck here in 2023 of last year. So I got started. Um, I'm sorry. I got started in 2021 in Philadelphia. It was
Mm-hmm.
a side hustle at first. So in 2021, 2022, it was a side hustle. In 2023, I quit my job. I had a newborn baby, and I just decided to go
Whoa.
full time as an entrepreneur. My husband, he was like, let's just move the food truck to Florida. It's warm all year round in Florida, Philadelphia. We experienced all four seasons. So we moved the food truck here, but it was not as easy as I thought it would be, just moving the food truck here. So there were challenges. The biggest challenge was finding the location for my food truck because location is extremely important in business. So I learned that like quickly. And so the location that I found when I was here, it wasn't a good location. Not a lot of foot traffic. So I opened maybe for about a few months, maybe about 3 months, and I closed my truck and I started to give up. I'm be honest with you.
Yeah.
It was extremely hard. I'm like, I'm just going to go back to work because I thought things were going to be easier, and it wasn't easier. Until I found the location I'm at now. I'm in Davenport, Florida now. The where my food truck is at now, it's a tourist area. It was a
Yeah.
lot better. It's a lot better than where it was. So now we're here. So along with the food truck, I sell merchandise for my business. We do the STEM classes. And what else? We do events big and small. So we're growing. We're still growing.
Awesome.
Even though I've been in business it'll be almost 4 years. I still feel like a new business, like it's a new business because now it was a side hustle, but now this is everything to me. So I am putting my all into this business right now.
Sounds perfect. And it will continue to grow and challenge yourself even more. But it seems like you've got the right attitude for that. So I've seen the ice cream, they do the thing with the spatula. I don't know, that's probably not the right term for it, but then they just put it in a cup and it looks like regular ice cream. So what inspired you to do this Rollin Frozen?
So my love for ice cream is why I started an ice cream business first. But I didn't initially start with rolled ice cream. Like I was just doing research, scrolling on social media. I came across rolled ice cream. I also visited a ice cream shop in
Oh,
Miami, and just the innovative part of ice cream. And I think it was just different. It was cool. It was although ice cream is good, it was just a different way of um enjoying ice cream, just making ice cream in front of the customers, seeing their reactions, and they're looking, they're like, wow, and then they taste it and it's amazing as well. It was like,
it's
the
like
perfect
almost
idea.
like an event, experience, watching you make it and then tasting all of the great things that you put in addition to the ice cream too. I'm telling y'all, you have to go to the website and see it. I should have had pictures today. So what drew you to go to a foods truck instead of doing like most of the places I see around here that were just brick and mortar, come into our building, it's nice and air conditioned, and have your ice cream?
So originally I did want to start with the brick and mortar, but I weighed the pros and cons. Food truck is less overhead. It was just more of an
Oh,
easier startup for me. So I went with the easier route. And I actually think the food truck route for anybody would be the best way if you're starting out because you just, as a business owner, it's like you're guessing. It's like a guessing game. You don't know how your business is
yeah,
going to do. So a food truck, if it's not working at one location, you can always move it. If you get a brick and mortar, you have to stay there and make it work
yeah.
or sell it. It'll be a long process. But a food truck, if it's not working out here, let's go here.
I know. I was
So
just thinking of that as you were saying. I thought, well, that first location you had, if you would have paid the rent, you would probably had to do a year lease. You would have been stuck there for years, struggling. whereas you were able to just, okay, well, let's move over here.
Yes.
Perfect. So we did start to talk a little bit about challenges you experienced in this journey, and you did mention the fact that you almost gave up, but you didn't. So talk to me a little bit more about some challenges you had and maybe still are having, and what keeps you resilient? What keeps you saying, this is really meant to be, and I'm going to stick with it?
All right. So, there are so many challenges. Like I said, the location was one of my biggest challenges. Just finances, like managing finances, running the business isn't cheap at all. Um, and just dealing with just the balance of family because I'm married and I have kids, and being an entrepreneur, that's very challenging. A lot of people make it seem easy, and maybe it is easy for them. I can't knock anyone's life experiences, but for me, it's extremely hard even now. Like it was hard and it's hard now. So my family keeps me going, honestly, just knowing what I want for myself and my family, like the life I want us to live, that's what keeps me going. Like just know I'm like, I want to do this for my kids. I want to do this for my husband. It's just, I gotta work a little harder. So that honestly what keeps me going. Just I can't I'm all in now. Like a 9 to 5, once you clock out, you don't have to deal with the job anymore. Me, I'm always working. Like even if I'm not at my food truck, I'm always working. Emails, fixing things on my website, brainstorming, connections, everything. It's just I'm always doing something. So it's a lot of work. I can't lie to you, but I think it's going to be worth it in the end.
So what lessons do you think you're teaching your kids?
Ooh, I think I'm teaching my kids to work hard for what they want. Like never settle. Like if something isn't working for you, if my kids decide they want to get a job, they can get a job. But if they decide, no, mom, I want to start a business, like you start a business, I'm going to be behind you and support you everywhere you go.
Yeah. So whenever you sold those first maybe 100 rolled ice cream, how'd that make you feel?
Oh, to this day, I probably sold thousands of ice cream, but to this day, I am like extremely grateful for every customer. And I don't usually have, I know you might think I'm not telling the truth, but it's seriously, I have amazing customers. All of my customers are extremely happy. They give me amazing reviews. I don't know if you've seen my Google reviews, but my customers are what keeps me going as well.
Mm-hmm.
So my customers, they just are so like they're blown away. Like it's like I go places and I do events and they're like, wow, how did you come up with this? I'm like, this is amazing. Like, and they just taste the ice cream, like, oh my God. And then they turn to friends, you gotta come over here and get the ice cream. You gotta try this. And it just, oh my God, it makes me feel like what I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Like it just makes me like want to go harder. It makes me want to achieve more. Like it just my customers are a big part of why I go hard, honestly. So not only my family, my customers, like they are a big part of why
Yeah,
I am still here because they are
absolutely.
like, yes, they are. They give me advice. I always like ask, like I'll write in my Instagram stories, like, hey guys, what flavors do you want to see? And they'll give me feedback, and I always like to engage with my
Nice.
customers. So, they're a big part of everything that I have going on, to be honest.
So we didn't talk about what you did in your 9 to 5. So what was that, and how did that help you, influence you in what you're doing now as an entrepreneur?
Oh, I love that question. Um, so I actually was a custodian for a mass transit company. But I know when people hear custodians like you clean, I feel like I made, decent money. I'm a saver. So I used to save my money like all the time. I saved tens and thousands of dollars for my 9 to 5. I've been there for 8 years. So it was a hard decision to make to leave that job because I thought I was going to retire from that job. It was a lot of places I could have moved up in the company, but
Yeah.
just uh, that helped. it helped me, well, one, like I said, helped me save because I was able to save to get the things I have now. And I'm extremely like grateful for that job. I have nothing, bad to say about that job. It helped me. I was there, like I literally grew up at that job, like from my early 20s to now. Like I literally grew up. So I'm thankful for that job. Um, I feel like it kind of like molded me into the woman I am now. Like just I
Your
met a lot of people.
I think your drive and your customer service perhaps probably comes from that.
Yeah, I can say, yeah, I would say that. I would say that as well. It was a blessing. Like having that job was truly a blessing for me. And even now, I still have my old coworkers. They write me and they see what I'm doing now, and they like, yo, we are extremely proud of you. We're all rooting for you over here. Continue doing what you're doing. Like, so it's just amazing to seeing everybody just giving you so much love. Like it's because sometimes you need it. Like I have a lot of days where I'm just extremely sad and I don't know how I'm going to make it. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I need to do this. But just just the positive feedback from everyone and just people just sending me motivational messages and stuff. I don't even know. Like I appreciate it. I really do.
I can feel that. So let's just talk briefly about the STEM education program that you do. How did that get started? And what's your vision for that?
Okay, my STEM program, it got started. The Girl Scouts had reached out to me to work. I guess they see my website as well. And I started working with them for like the whole month of May. Um, and it was amazing. So my STEM classes, we teach kids the science behind rolled ice cream, from the chemistry of freezing to the physics of rolling, all while they, eat the ice cream and they enjoy it.
Yeah.
So, and then they get like certificates at the end. And I think, just the smile and seeing the kids' joy. Oh my goodness, like it's like that feeling is so indescribable because I realized that this is something I want to continue to do. Even if I take myself out of like the business where I'm like the food truck business, I think I always want to work with the kids. It really brings me joy. Like,
Yeah.
um, and just knowing that I'm impacting their lives, and I don't care if it's even the smallest way. I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
this is my calling. Like, this is what I need to be doing. So that's what I do, and I want to continue to do it, and I'm going to continue to do it.
Yeah. That's why I chose the title Leading by Example, because you're just a great example for other females out there that want to do a side hustle, want to take a chance to do something, and also really influencing the kids. I work with the students that are 9 to 17 to be more comfortable in public speaking, communication, because that will make them better leaders. And we always could use better leaders.
Yes, I
So,
love that. I wish I had that when I was in school.
yeah, that's why I do what I do, because I always tell the people that come to work with me to be better speakers at 30 and 40, just think, if you had had this confidence when you were 9 and 10. Alrighty, well, it is time now for me to share my screen that has the information about where you can connect with Yolonda. So for those that are just listening, you can go to the website rollinfrozen.com. On Facebook, she's Rollin Frozen, and Instagram is the same. I'm going to turn it over to Yolonda to tell you things that you can find on that website besides the gorgeous pictures of the ice cream and where she spends the most time on social media. Go ahead, it's all yours.
All right. So rollinfrozen.com, you can find the delicious ice cream, the event page where you can book us for any kind of event, big or small. STEM classes is an event form. Just be as detailed as possible, and we'll handle it from there. Our social media platforms are Facebook at Rollin Frozen, Instagram at Rollin Frozen, TikTok at Rollin Frozen. I probably spend my most time on Instagram, but I'm learning TikTok a little more, so you guys can reach me TikTok, Instagram, Facebook.
Awesome. All right, so you need to go to Rollin Frozen. Remember, I told you, go to Rollin Frozen because you won't be disappointed. Well, Yolanda, I'm so glad we were able to connect. And I do want you to bring that truck up to Atlanta so that we can share all of the things that you're doing there with our folks here in Atlanta. Hey, we're not that far from Florida. And definitely wish you all the best luck. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep positive. And if you ever need a boost of saying you're doing the right thing, just email me and I'll talk to you some more because you're doing great. You're doing great.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
It's been my pleasure. And as always, I remind everyone that life is a journey and it's up to you to enjoy the ride. This is Vicki Noethling signing off.
Thank you for tuning into the Find Your Leadership Confidence podcast with Vicki Noethling, where we share impactful lessons that help you grow as an individual, grow your confidence, and find the positive and good within you so you powerfully and authentically become the best version of yourself. Remember to visit our website at www.findyourleadershipconfidence.com and enjoy even more great episodes like this one. Again, while you're here, subscribe to us via your favorite network. We look forward to seeing you next time on the Find Your Leadership Confidence podcast.